Hello there. For those who don't know me, I'm Zev from ZevFuse, and today we're going to do something a bit different. Since it is, after all, my 60th video, kind of a big deal, we're going to play Hotline Miami, and I'm going to talk about an Orange County couple who is obsessed with World of Warcraft and has now been sentenced to prison for extreme child neglect. It was their obsession with World of Warcraft that caused them to neglect their children. You know, not the fact that they were mentally unstable and completely insane. Lester Lewis Huffmeyer and his wife Petra Huffmeyer, who are both 41, whose photo you shall see from the Anaheim Police Department mugshot collection soon, have now pled guilty, finally, they originally did not plead guilty, to 2 felony counts of child abuse, 2 misdemeanor counts of false imprisonment, 1 misdemeanor count of contributing to delinquency of a minor, and sentencing enhancements for greater bodily injury, according to the Orange County District Attorney's Office. Lester Huffmeyer was sentenced to 5 years in state prison, not nearly enough. Petra Huffmeyer was sentenced to 3 years and 4 months in state prison, also not nearly enough. Especially since she looks way more psycho than him, but honestly, you can't judge a book by its cover, especially a psychotic one. Between May 21st, 2010 and May 20th, 2013, that's a bit over a year, the couple kept their mobile park home unsanitary and uninhabitable, prosecutors said. I'm reading from the article now, but here I'm going to go on a rant in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. These nice people who you're about to see in about 5 seconds are disgusting, sick, non-human pieces of shit who honestly shouldn't deserve to live in the same world that we do, shouldn't deserve to breathe the same air, and I would want the death penalty for both of them, because what they did to these 2 girls, who are not their daughters, but they're related to them, is so unspeakably horrible. Okay, everything in the mobile home was covered in mold and cobwebs, stacks of trash debris were everywhere. Mold and feces were throughout the home. Did you hear that last part? That last part was feces. That means shit. Okay? There was fucking shit all over the house because they didn't have running water or a running toilet. Do you understand how bad that is? These girls had to literally shit where they were locked in a small closet for 3 years. What the fuck? Okay? Alright? What the fuck? You have to be retarded. Like mentally unstable, completely out of your fucking mind to do this. And for what? To play World of Warcraft all day? Yeah, sure, I guess that's a reason, but that sure as fuck isn't a cause. The cause is high mental instability and total fucking numbness. That's what I call it. Yup. Seriously. The more fucked up thing than this thing happening, though, there really should be a Kickstarter project startup for these girls. The more fucked up thing is that the media blames it on World of Warcraft and not on these people being fucking insane. Yes, they played World of Warcraft all the time, but if they watched a variety of movies the whole time, would the media be like, movies make you obsessive and make you neglect your children and never watch movies? No, they wouldn't be, because that's considered a mainstream form of entertainment. But let me give you a bitch slap to the brain cell. Video games are a mainstream form of entertainment. Millions upon millions of people play them. So why the fuck are they being blamed for stupid shit like this? Stupid shit like this was happening long before electronics. Look at the fucking Crusades. Maybe no one should read the Bible because of that. Or maybe no one should be patriotic because, you might turn into a Nazi and have the Holocaust. That's just as stupid. And that's the same line of reasoning. And it's a line of reasoning that's used far too often. It was used in the Navy Yard shooting when they found out that guy played lots of COD. It was used in the Sandy Hook shooting when they found out that guy played lots of, Mass Effect. Point being is that video games need to be stopped being scapegoated for this stuff, and the media really needs to get down and dirty and have a serious conversation about how we could, first of all, have better child protective services, and have the police were called 3 times and they couldn't find anything for 3 years. They were called 3 separate occasions by the neighbors and they couldn't find anything. What the fuck's up with that? All right, why does that happen? Okay, When you find out why stupid shit like that's happening, why our society's police force isn't more well equipped and better prepared for this type of stuff, to move these investigations out on top priority and not put it on the bottom of the list. All right, we need to talk about the what we're doing to hold mentally unstable people. Like, what are the screenings for mentally unstable people? How do these people go unchecked in life? All right, that's an important thing. Maybe some people might say gun control. I'm talking about gun control. I actually don't favor that much gun control, but that's a different topic for a different time. That's not the point. That's another topic that we should talk about. I even think that's still a better topic than immediately boom, hit the nail on the head. Video games are evil. Yep, they're turning our kids into psychotic maniacs and our adults into obsessive compulsive child abusers. Yep. That's it, right? Easy conclusion. End of issue. That's what the media likes. A sensationalist story that's easy to understand, that's wrapped up in about 5 seconds, that can sell. And that shit's stupid, because the news media isn't meant for that. They're meant to look at real issues and discuss real topics of actual importance and find actual resolutions and be fucking journalists. Not sensationalist whores who want attention and clicks and whatever. Main point is, this is just as stupid as, I'll have a bunch of more articles in here, just as stupid as a book called Seduction of the Innocent, published in 1954 and written by Friedrich Wertham. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but basically he said that comic books are filled with insidious subliminal messages and other hidden meanings to drive children to a path of becoming gay, juvenile delinquents, and other horrible things. Because, Batman and Robin are gay, and that caused 2 of his test subjects, who were, by the way, like, one of them was found out to be sodomized as a child, to be gay later, and basically he did a bunch of messed up stuff on a bunch of people who had pre-existing conditions. Like, he took them out of hospitals and children's, like, reformatory homes and stuff, and then asked them, well, do you read comic books? They were like, yes. He goes, comic books make kids violent. It's the same type of shit. It's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. There's no word for it, just because it's something new. Just to disprove that, and studies like that, there haven't been actually any studies that directly correlate and link properly, at least, video games to violence in children or anyone. It's just something the media likes to say because it's easy. But we've been through that. But I wanted to tell you about a study of 5,000 kids, a survey of 5,000 kids, which went into a study from the ages of 10 to 15 that played up to 3 hours of video games per day, up to from 1 to 3 hours. And it actually showed that absolutely 0 of these showed any kind of violent behavior, any kind of negative antisocial behavior, but in fact that they showed improvements in social settings, and I'll have a link to that study below. I just wanted to tell you a story about something that happened to me. I was sitting at a table one time and the news came up, and this lady, she goes, oh, what do you think, Zev? What do you think about all these school shootings, all these things? And I go, well, I think they're really horrible. And she goes, yeah, but you know what causes them? And I'm like, what do you think causes them? Those video games. Those video games, they cause all that. They're violent, and they train kids to be violent and make them aggressive, and that's why people are going into shooting up schools and all this stuff. So I told her, she goes, and that's why I never let my kids touch any video games. Isn't that right, dear? She asked her husband. Her husband's like, absolutely. So I'm like, interesting, because I play video games actually quite often. So am I gonna turn out violent and crazy and go shoot up someplace? Is that what you're trying to imply? And she goes, oh, well, no, but, there are numerous studies that imply that a lot of people will. And I go, what numerous studies? Name any. Send me a link to any email. I gave her my email. This lady didn't send me anything and honestly grew completely silent. So I said, exactly. And then I said, well, you know what? There is a study proving the opposite, and I can send you links. And I will. and that shut them up for good. And that's what I want the media to shut up about, because you're minimizing the horrible part of such an event. It's a time where you have to find answers to improve society, not try and blame and scapegoat things.